Stan Gibilisco here. A viewer uh, was looking at my recent book, Electronics Demystified, second edition, and he looked at page 4 and he found figure 1-1, in which we show 4 different types of electrical current, or 4 different manifestations of electrical current. At A, B, and C, we show examples of direct current, although not necessarily of constant amplitude. Time is on the horizontal axis. Amplitude, or relative signal strength, you might say, current strength, is on the vertical axis. And this seems to be where the confusion arose, because at example A, example B, and example C, the amplitude is always positive at every instant in time, but in example D, the amplitude is sometimes positive and sometimes negative. Well, what is positive amplitude and negative amplitude? What do these terms actually mean in terms of current? And unfortunately, when I wrote this book, I assumed that the reader already knew what I meant, which is a very, very dangerous and unwise thing for an author to do. Hopefully you have read Electricity Demystified, second edition, prior to reading Electronics Demystified, second edition. But hopefully and certainly are 2 different things. So I would like to clarify what I mean when I'm talking about amplitude here. I'm talking about the amplitude of the current. A positive current means that the electrons are flowing in a particular direction. It doesn't really matter which direction as long as we identify it and stick with it throughout the discussion. Let's say coming towards you. Then minus indicates that the electrons are moving away from you. Now we could reverse that, or we could, as long as we're consistent with what we mean, and the higher up you go on the axis, the more rapidly the electrons move. Here they're not moving at all. If they happen to be along the axis, there's no electron motion at all, and therefore no current. Positive here might indicate electrons coming towards you, and negative current might indicate electrons going away from you. These symbols are somewhat inappropriate for this discussion because they can arise, they can lead to confusion. I haven't had any indications that anybody got confused by this, except for this particular reader who happened to make the comment on my YouTube channel. I can't figure out, though, on YouTube which video, if any, he's referring to. Nevertheless, in the book Electronics Demystified, second edition, published by McGraw-Hill, on page 4, figure 1-1, you will find this illustration. These are all examples of direct current because the electrons are always coming, in this, the way we've described it here, towards you. But here they're sometimes coming towards you and sometimes they're going away from you. The horizontal axis, remember, showing time. So electrons are coming towards you all the time here, always moving in the same direction and the same speed because the line is straight and horizontal. Here, the electrons move at variable speed, but they're always coming at you. So that is direct current. Direct current being defined as current that never changes its direction. And at C, just as well, though there's no particular waveform or pattern to the motion, the electrons are always coming towards you. So this too is direct current. A, B, and C showing direct current. But this is a little different situation because Sometimes the electrons are coming towards you and sometimes they're moving away. They reverse direction periodically. Each time this line crosses the time axis, the electrons reverse direction. So this is not direct current. Electrons do not always move in the same direction. I have to apologize for having done a grossly inadequate job of explaining what this all exactly means. I hope that this will uh, attract you to buy the book and read the rest of my inadequate explanations. But no, more seriously, uh, the book has received generally good reviews, but a few readers have been confused by this particular illustration. Hence, the clarification here. I hope. In any case, if you don't want to buy the book, you can always get it from a pirated website, although I'd recommend you get a hard copy, or go to your library and see if it might not happen to be in there. But you will find this illustration on page 4, figure 1-1 of Electronics Demystified, second edition, published by McGraw-Hill recently. I'm not certain of the copyright date either. Things are changing in the publishing world. They're changing more and more from hard copy books to electronic copies, which tend to have subtle and weird errors in them, and to videos like this, where hopefully I can do take 1, take 2, take 3, just like in Hollywood, until I can produce an entire book in video form. That's what I'd like to really do, and I'd like to do it as if I were in a classroom, showing my complete beautiful body and face, a blackboard, or an old-fashioned blackboard, or maybe a whiteboard, where you erase with the. But in any case, something that's a little bit more user-friendly, and people just don't seem to. A lot of people still buy paper books, but they like videos better. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Refer to the book and see how badly I botched this particular example and despair. Until next time, so long.